Never retire for the night angry with each other. Let not the sun go down on your wrath. Some people were interviewing an old couple, been married for 70 years. And they asked the husband, they said, to what do you attribute your long and happy marriage? He said, my wife and I made a decision never to go to sleep while we were angry with each other. He said, of course, there were weeks when we didn't sleep. But now, there are going to be times in a marriage where you disagree. You need to learn to communicate in the appropriate way. For one thing, if you're dating a young man, ladies, if he's not respecting your body while you're dating, do you think he'll respect it more after you're married? If he hits you when you're dating, you just wait until you're married. That's a bad sign. If you're dating a young man and he gets angry and violent with you when you're dating, that ought to be immediate red flags to call the whole thing off. It's so much easier when you're dating. Don't even consider him as there's a lot of fish in the sea. Don't think there's no one else out there for me. And a lot of young men and a lot of young women get into relationships thinking, well, I'm afraid to break off this one because I don't know if I'll find somebody else. You give it to God, and I promise you, He'll find someone else. You put God first. It's so much easier when you're dating than to make those big mistakes later. But you've got to learn to communicate. If you cannot communicate peacefully with your spouse because you're in danger of losing your temper, get something to eat. Now, Karen and I know each other, and we're a little different. When she gets hungry, she gets ugly. She'll admit it. She'll say, it's true. If her blood sugar gets low, and you get out of her way. And sometimes when Karen and I are having a little problem, I'll say, let me get you something to eat. And then that makes her mad too. Now, I'm the other way around. I can go a long time without eating. I've eaten once today. It doesn't bother me. But if I get sleepy, get out of my way. And sometimes Karen and I have to declare a truce so we can go to sleep, and the next morning we'll deal with the issue. She'll have breakfast, I'll be rested, and everything's okay. We can handle it then, see? And so if you can't communicate peacefully, get away until you can. Some spouses, men and women, get angry and they refuse to talk about things that need to be dealt with. You might try writing a letter to the person you're dating or married to try and communicate these things. But if you're not communicating when you're dating, remember this, whatever happens when you're dating is accelerated once you're married. If you're not communicating well in your dating, find someone else. Of course, you might be the problem too. Fix the problem. But whatever happens dating will be magnified later on. But do not let the sun go down. Bury the hatchet, so to speak, but not in each other before you retire. Number 6, keep Christ the center of your home. Jesus said, can two walk